Welcome, friends, to an evening with Atari. I thought this evening we would play a little bit of Jumpman on the Atari 800, a classic puzzle platform game for many different platforms. And this is the Atari 800 version. For those of you familiar with Jumpman, you'll know that we're magic. Or not, but we're certainly jumpy. The jumpiest of all the mans. This is just the basic beginner area. Each difficulty level has a different set of levels to play through. There's also a difficulty level that allows you to play through all of the different levels in order. But we're just doing the beginner this time. Robots! This level's always a little tricky, because as you can see, every time you collect a thingy, the robots move. So you have to be a little careful about what order you collect the thingies in, and try to avoid the friendly robots. Up over here and down this way, and over here and down this way. Jumpman, particularly in the more difficult levels, really requires a lot of memorization of each different level. Beautiful. This is a fairly simple level, you just have to stay out of the way of those things. And you have to get all the thingies in a very specific pattern. Or a specific order, anyhow. And that's a good thing to remember, that you can always use the platforms themselves as something to climb up on. In the early days of Epyx, before the company was even really called Epyx, for the most part, this was one of their most popular games. Da 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 da! Okay, here you have to be careful of the little blocks, because when they hit you, they make you jump. Which, you know, it kind of depends. Sometimes it's not a big deal, sometimes it is. They can make you jump off of the level. So you just need to avoid them. If it's apparent that a block is going to hit you, what you can do to try to help avoid it is you can jump in the air, because if it hits you when you're already jumping, then it doesn't make you jump again or jump in a different direction. But it's best just to avoid them to begin with. Da 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 da! This is easily one of my least favorite levels, because these bats you see every which way, as you pick up the stuff, they become active and start following you around the level, and somehow we fell off? Okay. Whoa! Plus, the bats can be kind of cheap sometimes that way. Let's no, we don't want to get stuck. I would say that this is actually the most difficult of all the levels in the beginner level set. Even though it's sort of in the middle of all the levels. It's not the last level, it's just sort of in the middle of the group. See, what do we do here? No. That is one thing about Jumpman. It's easy to get stuck on the ladders where you can't really move around very much. I suppose you could jump off, but that wouldn't help very much because, well, you can't jump anywhere. There's nowhere to jump to, I should say. Now we lead them on a merry chase as we get this last little bit of thingy. No, this is going to be messy. Or we could just do that. Come over here and down here if you would please. And then we can come up over here and do some of this. I'm always glad when we finish that level. Now this level's a bit odd because you have these UFOs and you can shoot them like that. But there's really just the one thingy you need to pick up to complete the level, so it's just a matter of avoiding the UFOs or getting some extra points by doing some bangies at them. I think this is the last level in the beginner pack. As long as you're careful, this level isn't particularly difficult. I think there's only the one bullet to contend with. Of course, you do have to be careful, like I just said, and, well, that bullet just decided to come out and say hello. I think you can jump to these other platforms. Yes, you can. Whoa! I can't believe it. We're that close to finishing the beginner pack. We'll have to do that again and finish it this time more victoriously. Oh, did you see that? And this time maybe we can complete the level with the bats more easily. But one of the issues is that these bullets and things are completely random as to where they are, where they appear on the screen, which can make going by the edge of the screen, like over here, a little tricky because you don't know if a bullet's going to appear right by there. You hear it, and so you try to duck, but there. Robits once again. I can never quite remember the pattern I use on this level in order to be successful. I think it's something like this. Although I think I normally pick up that one on the right first. Oh, we can just pick it up now. That seems to have worked. And then this one. And then these last ones right here. And of course, on this level, as long as you can avoid the thingies, which do spawn randomly, I mean their location spawns randomly, it's a fairly simple, straightforward level. And then you just have to wait for him to go by. Hello, hello, oh yes. And then just that one thingy, and then we complete it like that. Yes, very beautiful. Now this level can either be really easy or really messy, depending on how these blocks spawn around. I think we'll just take care of these two platforms first right away, because they tend to... oh, good. They tend to be trickier. And that was close. That last jump we did wasn't an intended jump. That was caused by the blocks. So it was nice that we were able to just reach that other platform. See, we jump in the air and then they don't really affect us. Well, I would say this level has gone fairly well. Which is good in preparation for that stupid bat level. This one right here. Hooray! I don't think there is an order you can go in to not trigger the bats. I think after a certain number of things collected, it always triggers the bats. And there's no way when they're at that level you can jump over them, and so you just kind of just have to sit there. I think the most you can really do to try to avoid the bats is just sort of lead them around. To try to avoid them. we'll use a slightly different strategy this time. Before we kind of went bottom to top. This time we'll sort of do top to bottom. Lead them over this way. Okay, can we jump? Oh, almost. Quickly now, get off the ladder, please. Thank you. And then, of course, that just leaves that one up top, which has the bit of floor under it that disappears. Trying this again, and we did it! Now, yes! Much better than last time. Much better than last time. Well, there you go. Sometimes those things just spawn and appear wherever also. Nope, didn't mean that. Take that, you sucker. Didn't mean to get on the ladder, trying to just shoot in the upwardsly direction. Okay, now this is the completion of the basic level pack. And I have no idea why you get this little piece of ladder that follows you around. I don't know what good it does or anything like that. Hooray! Oh no, I guess there is one more level. I thought that was the last level for whatever reason. Oh, that's right, there is still this level. I remember this level now. A little trickier than the previous level because now there are 2 bullets whizzing around. Emphasis on whizzing. We have to jump over this rope here, so we have to wait until the bullet goes by to make sure it doesn't go bang. Sometimes they watch vertically and sometimes they watch horizontally, like that's a vertical one. Da 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 da. So that's the beginner level pack completed. We can take a little look at the intermediate level pack. But it's kind of messy. We're not going to do that great, but we can do it. Here we go. Yeah, that works well. That perfect. That great. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Well, we want to avoid that for sure. We want to get this one from the other side. And I think you get that one from that side. These, it doesn't matter so much, but the problem is you can trip over those little blocks, the little blocks that pile up like that. Now this one here is always tricky. But we did it! Now this one you have to complete in a very specific order. Basically, you have to get those first in that order. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the ones on the outside edges at all. And one of the problems with this level is you kind of get stuck on those things that we were just trying to jump over. Come on, get out of the way. Now we just go down here, and up here, and over there, and onto the ladder. And we've done it! We have been successful! How magic! Now this one's a little tricky in that not only do you have to avoid the bullets, but these things just keep flying around, so you kind of, whoa, have to chase after them. It's always a good idea to get the ones by the edges quickly, if you can. So that way when the bullets, you know, spawn, when they come around on the level, you have a little more warning as to where they are. So you can avoid them. Oh, let's give this one some room in case it's a vertical bullet. No, it's a horizontal bullet. Come here, you... Darn it. Come here, you. Thank you. Oh, you've come back. Very nice. And that just leaves this one. Yes, of course. Thank you. That's very lovely of you. Another robot stage. How delightful. This is sort of like the Burger Time stage. That's how I tend to think of this one. Is like Burger Time, because that's what it reminds me of. Except you don't have any pepper to throw at the robots in this one. Just have to keep moving and keep avoiding them. Doing your very best. And that is precisely what we are doing. Is our very best. At least they do give you multiple paths you can take on this one. Oh yeah. Another tricky one, but aren't they all? Oh. You can pretty much see for yourselves what the bullets do in this one, or how they act, as they sort of bounce around. Out of the way! Okay, let's run back over here now. They seem to spawn wherever you are. I wonder if there's some way you can sort of get them to spawn elsewhere really quick. Maybe that's one of the secrets to completing this level successfully. Spawn over here, please! Yes, all of you! Let's try to see if we can get them to spawn for like a couple cycles over on this side. And they're spaced out. The way they're spaced out makes it difficult to completely avoid them, especially if you get stuck on the ladder. Okay, thank goodness. There's... Come on, don't get stuck on the ladder. Don't. Dang it. Well, that's the intermediate level. I think as a palate cleanser, we'll just do the beginner level again. Not the whole thing, just the first level. Whoop! Thank you very much for that. Oh, come on, this is supposed to be our way to relax after the intermediate level. Hooray! Well, I think that's gonna do it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed this little Atari 800 Jumpman stream, and if you did, remember to follow. That's always an awesome thing to do, and tune in again next time for more fun. Thanks for hanging out.